They said there was a tribe on the Great Plains with blue eyes. Some settlers swore they were descended from a lost band of Welsh explorers. The story spread because a painter named George Catlin wrote about them in the 1830s. He called the Mandan different and claimed their faces proved the legend true. But the Mandan were not a mystery tribe from across the sea. They were a Siouan, speaking people who had lived for centuries along the Missouri River in what is now North Dakota. They built earth lodge villages with hundreds of people. They farmed corn beans and squash. They traded with neighbors and later with French and American fur traders. Lewis and Clark spent the winter of 1804 at Fort Mandan near their villages. So why did the legend survive? Because Catlin wanted it to. He painted Mandan villagers and said their lighter hair and eyes must mean they were European. Modern historians say those features came from natural variation, from sun bleaching in children and from early graying found in many families. There was no Welsh language in Mandan villages, only their own, and then came the year 1837. A steamboat called the St. Peter's, pushed up the Missouri on board, was smallpox. When it stopped at Fort Clark, the disease ripped through the Mandan villages. 9 of every 10 people gone in weeks, families dead in their lodges, villages left in silence. Some said it was a tragedy of neglect, that the fur traders cared more for profit than quarantine, but others swore it was no accident, that infected blankets and goods were handed out, knowing what they carried. What is certain is this: the Mandan were nearly erased, a nation reduced to a few survivors, absorbed into neighboring tribes. The myth of blue eyes lived on, but the truth was smallpox.